Hey, my name is Alex. I'm the basement farmer. Today we are stepping away from my basement and my urban garden to check out a couple friends of mine, Nick and Ashley's urban garden.
So I'm Nick, this is Ashley. We started our garden because we think it's important to spend time in the soil, grow plants, food. It's just awesome stuff to do.
A lot of the same reasons, trying to be a little more self-sustaining and grow all of the shit that we can to eat ourselves.
And we're biological creatures. It's a way to connect to the earth while living in the city.
I see we got a few boxes. What do we got? Tomatoes?
Yep, these are tomatoes.
Damn, carrots.
Yep, we got carrots underneath.
I read that tomatoes love carrots.
Oh.
So it's a companion planting technique.
Yeah.
And we try to just cram as much stuff in as possible to each bed because we have a small space, and it's actually better for the plants and you get less weeds when you just like cram it all in there.
Yep. This is amaranth?
Yeah, that's an amaranth. That's just a volunteer. We have a lot of volunteers around the garden because I just like to make it look really natural and beautiful. I think it looks beautiful when it's wild and crazy.
Nasturtium flowers.
Nasturtium.
You can eat that. I think they're really good. It has like a spicy snap at the end.
Cheers.
Just eat the whole thing, yeah. They're still really good. It has like that
Nice.
spicy.
It's almost like a radish.
Yeah.
Hummingbirds like nasturtiums, and I picked poppy colored because hummingbirds really like the poppy color. So if you want a lot of hummingbirds, plant a lot of poppy colored plants, but especially nasturtiums because they have that nectar, that one drop that the hummingbirds like.
There was a bunch of carrots in the bottom down here. They're kind of petering out. These are
picked a
carrots
lot
that
of them.
seeded.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna collect our own carrot seed this year. Morning glories just grow everywhere, you know. We had some really nice purple beans,
Yeah.
and there was one other thing, squash that was growing here.
This is a volunteer, so we probably won't eat this one.
It's all kind of petering out.
Yeah.
This one's
It's
just
late
like
in the
getting
season.
wild again. We just
late
let
in
it
the
grow
season.
because it's really good for the soil to compost
And
a lot of material.
Are you letting these go to dry so you can harvest the beans dry, or we just, because I didn't,
We're
Some
just
of
letting
them-
them go.
I got a whole bunch of beans the same way and I was like, I don't know.
Actually, you let them dry on the vine, and then you can take a tarp and you smash them with your feet, or like board it, like, you know, step
Yeah.
on the board, and then that's how you get the shell off, and then you dry those and eat them like black beans and rice, you know. Like you rehydrate them later, so it's like a preserving the beans. So there's
So I knew
certain
I was
type
doing
of pole
something right.
beans
Yep,
that
I
you
got
do
some
that
pole
with, and they
beans.
don't taste very good as fresh beans.
Right.
So this is like a specific pole bean. I grew it because it's purple and I like
It
purple
looks dope.
flowers.
Beautiful purple flowers.
But you can do that. I probably won't do that. I might just save the seeds.
Yep, that's probably what I'll do too.
Yeah, but you can totally do that.
Because I got the
You got
beautiful
kids?
purple flowers too.
Have them go stomp on your bean.
I should.
Beans and...
What are these giant, what is this? Oh, these are more amaranth.
Yeah, more
bunch of
amaranth.
All the amaranth you see in the yard is volunteers at this point.
This is a squash plant though. This is a nice example of the squash that was on here too.
Aha.
So this is the delicata.
The delicata.
That's a poor example because it's late in the season, so it's kind of like the last one, but that's what it will look like when it's ripe. And we've got some immature volunteer acorn squash over here.
What's a volunteer?
It is a plant that just springs up out of nowhere in your yard because
right.
a bird, happened to be dispersing the seed, or the wind, or maybe your compost had a seed in it. We use our own compost, and so we have a lot of seeds.
Nice. I have that one volunteer hemp plant in my garden.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We used to get a
We've had those in years
lot.
past.
But they were crazy huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had to keep it. The hemp that I grew last summer were 12, 15 feet.
Really geez.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yo, this right here, I know it looks giant because it is, but just wait till this is a small one,
Here's a
It's
small
totally
castor.
already.
but this is an African castor plant, and this is where castor oil would come from, correct?
Correct.
But we wouldn't be able to harvest any castor oil from the ones that we grow here in Minnesota. Or would
I mean, it would take a lot of the seeds, and you have to press it in a certain process, like
Right.
a some sort of heating process.
I think you need a huge field
Yeah,
of them to be able to get
they grow
enough
fields of
beans to
them,
make
But
oil.
look how beautiful this is.
Decorative.
And if you know anything about the way tomatoes and cannabis grows, you can see the alternating going up. It looks very similar to cannabis, which I come to find out it is very much similar to cannabis, because many years ago you said the African castor and the cannabis plant split.
Yep. They came
Become
from
two
the
different,
same-
but they came from the same genus. That's dope. Tend to the backyard.
Yeah.
I know you talked about you're going to be able to give me some of these African castor seeds. How do you harvest a seed from a plant that's growing in your yard already?
I mean, in your yard, or I mean, this one I got from the community garden, because a plant produces so much seed that I don't think anybody's going to care if I take a couple seeds. So over here you can see these seed pods in this castor plant up here. So this is where the seeds are.
Ah.
On this one, this particular one, so these ones will dry out, and then you'll take this pod off of there, and then we can even pick some Cleome seeds for you to take
Yeah,
home.
I would love to.
And then some morning glories. It just depends on the plant. The seeds will all be in different spots on the plant, but you know, you can pretty much garden for free if you just ask your friends, and you know, no one's gonna care really if you take a few seeds from their boulevard plants or anything like that. So you just take a pot off this one, and then they're inside there.
That is crazy.
And then this one, you know, this one will grow, the seeds will be in here.
Oh, sure, like an amaranth.
Yep. And then this one, the seeds are in the flower head. So I just look up online how to harvest the seed of any particular plant, and it's good to learn how to grow it at the same time when you're just looking online how to harvest the seed.
So
Sometimes you have to wait a certain length of time for the seed to turn a certain color.
Right.
So it's good to just look it up.
Tight. Now I got some new seeds. Haha.
Cleo.
You'll be seeing these Cleomes next year in my garden, for sure.